Hey, welcome back to the Grappling Legacy Lounge. Today, Gabriel is actually out doing training for Freestyle State, so he won't be with us. But I have another one of my children, or legacy, I will say, Brandon Richmond. Brandon, how old are you?
I am 8, about to turn 9.
When do you turn 9?
June 14th.
June 14th. How long have you been training?
Like, I think 2 years.
2 years? 2 years in jiu-jitsu? And like consistently, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We've dabbled a little bit in the basement and
Like,
in a couple of gyms.
Yeah, but like one time, like let's talk about wrestling.
Oh, you want to talk about wrestling?
Yeah.
So this is you just finished your second season of wrestling, but it's really like your first season competing in wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I did a lot of tournaments.
You did a lot.
A lot.
Like every other Sunday, it was a lot.
We didn't go to church, no jiu-jitsu. Wait, no, we did jiu-jitsu, but
we did do jiu-jitsu.
That was the first
time.
time.
And you really practiced
a lot.
You were part of a wrestling club that's local in Batavia.
It's a really nice club.
Yeah, it's a really good club. Met a lot of nice people, right?
Yeah.
And you went every Tuesday? No, you only went Thursdays.
Yeah.
They have practice every Tuesday, Thursday, but I teach wrestling at Peek-a-Pow on Tuesdays. So you only went on Thursday. So you went to wrestling like once a week.
Yeah.
So, and then you competed
like
every Sunday.
Yeah.
So, and you won like maybe 2 or 3, but you lost a little
Probably
bit. But
like 2.
You had some good bouts in wrestling, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and in between, you were still doing jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's why we didn't do Tuesdays, because like Tuesdays like free day.
Try not to touch the mic, okay?
Yeah.
Because you'll hit a big bump.
Tuesdays like a free day.
Tuesdays like a free day?
Yeah.
No, Tuesdays. Yeah, you didn't even go to jiu-jitsu on Tuesdays. Yeah. So yeah, it was kind of like your off day. But you go to jiu-jitsu what? Monday,
Wednesday, Friday, kind of Friday.
Friday you do wrestling with me at Peek-a-Pow.
Saturday.
You go Saturday.
Sometimes I watch Stay For Your class.
Yeah, some days you stay and watch my class. Yeah. Some days we're down here, right? Well, we were drilling a little bit here, right? What were we drilling?
We were drilling, I want to say it's stack pass.
You keep calling it a stack pass. It wasn't a stack pass.
It's a Toriano.
Toriano pass, yeah. So we were drilling a little bit. As always, we're drilling. Or not as always, but we're drilling, and then we had some time. So I'm like, Brandon, let's just record a podcast. Let's see how this turns out. I don't know how it's going to turn out. 8 years old. Idea. We don't know. We don't even know what we're going to talk about. We could talk about your wrestling year. We did a little bit. What's your favorite? What was your favorite thing about wrestling?
Wrestling? Probably.
Like, what's your favorite thing? What was out of the whole experience that you had this year? What was the one thing you took away?
One thing? Ooh, that's pretty hard one. But I did like that the last tournament I did. It was like St. Charles. Yeah, it was St. Charles.
It was St. Charles. Yeah. And how was that?
It was a very nice tournament, very well run.
Yeah.
And
how'd you do?
Not that good.
Not that good?
Yeah, I didn't do that good. But the last match was actually pretty good.
Yeah, yeah.
Not saying it was like the best
What's your, in wrestling, let me ask, what is your favorite move in wrestling? What's your favorite takedown?
Oh, my favorite takedown? Probably.
How many takedowns did you know?
Like 4.
Oh yeah, what are they?
So basics first. So double leg, single leg, blast double, and then it's the down block shoot.
The reshot.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that one. That's my favorite one.
You like more of a defense? What about cow catcher?
Cow catcher, I did that like a lot.
Yeah. That was like one of the first things we showed you, right? Like snap them down, get a chin strap,
sprawl them.
Yeah. Yeah, walk to the side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very. Very
What do you-
stepful move.
What do you like more, jiu-jitsu or wrestling? I'm gonna put you on the spot. What do you think he likes
Ooh.
more?
This is hard.
Yeah, why?
Because I do like wrestling, but I do like jiu-jitsu on the other hand. But I've done jiu-jitsu longer.
Yeah,
But it's always good to try something new.
it is.
Like, I've done a lot of tournaments in there. But jiu-jitsu's tournaments are actually very, very fun.
Yeah, jiu-jitsu tournaments are a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Which one out of the two grappling formats? Which one's harder?
Wrestling. Obviously wrestling.
Obviously wrestling.
Yeah.
What's harder, wrestling practice or jiu-jitsu practice?
Wrestling practice.
Why?
Because, like, I am just like my second year doing wrestling, so it's very hard. I was a novice for like 2 years.
Well, the way they do the novice is by
yeah.
age. It's not.
It's
not skill level.
What's its name? Not novice.
Beginner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
So the
beginner.
first two, yes, but so you're right. You were labeled as a beginner, but not every tournament has the beginner brackets.
Yeah.
So I think you're only in. You probably don't even know this, but you're probably only in like 2 or 3 tournaments out of the half a dozen to a dozen that you did, where there was actually a beginner's bracket. There wasn't many beginner bracket tournaments that you did. You did a lot of what they call novice, but again, the way IKWF does it is it's by age and weight, and with 8-year-olds, they're considered novice. Actually, no, that's not true. Novice is not. That's not true. You're a bantam.
Yeah.
And then it's really weird because I get this confused because I always
Yeah.
think it's skill level too, but it's bantam, intermediate, novice, and then senior.
Yeah.
So next year, because of how old you are, you won't be a bantam. You will be an intermediate.
There's a lot of seniors at Batavia this year.
There's a lot of seniors. There's a lot of novices.
Yeah.
So novice and seniors can be mostly middle school age. So what grade are you in?
I am in 3rd.
Yeah, so you have a little ways to go before you get to the novice rankings.
Yeah.
But
Novice
not
is
far.
like 6th
far.
grade,
Yeah.
I think.
yeah, probably 6th, 7th. So let's talk about some jiu-jitsu. I've been training jiu-jitsu for about 2 years consistently. Your very first tournament was what?
Tap cancer out.
Yeah, and what'd you think of that?
That was a pretty nice world tournament.
Yeah, that was really cool, huh?
Yeah.
But that one's more for the cause, right?
Yeah.
What did you have to fundraise?
Yes, I actually did.
Do you know how much you raised?
Like $250.
It's closer to like $600-700.
Wow.
Is what you raised for Tap Cancer Out, which is pretty good.
I'm gonna do that like again.
You want to do that again?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're actually already signed up. So, but that tournament's not until October. But we could start fundraising now.
Yeah.
So, for those in the Chicagoland area, which is about where we're at, Tap Cancer Out is coming October 18th. You could sign up now and get a fundraiser page going. Talk to your, talk to your gyms, get signed up, get it going. It's for a great cause. Obviously,
Yeah.
it's for cancer
Cancer.
research. It's not obvious, but it's for cancer research.
Child cancer research.
Yeah, well, that's
They
one
team
of them.
up with like this Jack's lemonade
No,
stand.
it's
I'm not saying.
Alexis lemonade stand
Yeah.
or Alex's lemonade stand, and then there's several other beneficiaries. Go to their website, tapcancerout.org, I believe it is, or .net.
There's also
You
like
can go to .com too.
I don't know if they like do this or they do. There's like this one brand that isn't. I don't know if Tap Cancer Out help is with them, but it's like it's called Hats Off for Cancer. Have you ever heard of it?
No, I've never heard of that.
It's like something called Hats Off for Cancer. There's also these Joy Box things for people in need and like people who are having bad times.
Oh yeah, where's that at? Do you see that from school?
Yeah, we learned it at school. Not too long ago, actually.
Mm.
There's stuff donated for the Joy Jars, and
You put change in the joy jars,
no,
like hats and stuff, or clothing.
no, you put like toys in there.
Oh, that's nice. So it's for children in need.
Yeah.
Okay. That sounds like a great cause.
Yeah.
Yeah, we love supporting stuff like that, don't we?
You should talk to have cancer out like that.
Maybe I will. I'll see what I can do.
Yeah.
So, you've competed in how many? You've only done 2
Yeah.
jiu-jitsu tournaments. You did that,
So
and then
far-
recently you did Chewy, which Gabe and I actually already covered.
Yeah.
Um,
It was a
but
very nice run
we're,
tournament.
we're working towards Naga,
Yeah.
which is next weekend.
Yeah.
So by the time this gets put out, you'll have already competed in Naga.
Yeah.
And you're doing both brackets. You're doing gi and no gi, right? So that's exciting, right? How's your training going for that?
Pretty good.
Yeah. What's your favorite when we do jiu-jitsu, when we do wrestling, do you have a hard time understanding the different rules?
Yes, actually.
Yeah. Do you have a hard time like understanding like when you can lock hands, when you can't lock hands?
Yeah, it's like wrestling. That's why I don't really like wrestling that much.
Because you can't lock your hands.
Yeah, it's like I'm a person who likes to, like,
Get a body lock.
yeah. Well, I like to actually push my shoulder into their face. It's just very fun for no reason. For no exact reason.
Just like when you're in side control, you use your shoulder.
Yeah,
you use that shoulder pressure.
I just like.
Yeah.
Some people actually tap out for it.
You know, you could do that in wrestling.
I know.
You-
Just don't do it.
Yeah. I used to use my chin in wrestling on their back to
There-
get them to kind of bring an arm out.
There was this kid
Little
at
tricks, little mean, evil tricks.
Yeah. There was this kid at Batavia who made a little joke about it. Like, he was putting it on there and he was rubbing it, like, on
With
my
the shoulder
back.
or
Yeah.
his chin?
Chin. It
His
was,
chin on your shoulder?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was hilarious.
Yeah.
And then he would just destroy me.
Yeah. Doesn't feel good, does it?
Yeah, it does not feel good. But it feels very weird, too.
Yeah. It's like a massage, but then it starts to hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I understand. All right. So back to jiu-jitsu, right? Let me ask you a couple questions. What's your favorite part of jiu-jitsu?
My favorite part of jiu-jitsu, that's a tough question.
It's not that tough.
Like move or...
No, just your favorite part.
Oh,
Is
my
it like
favorite
being
part?
with your friends at training? Is it the training
Yeah.
itself? Is it learning new moves? Is it the challenge of getting beat up?
I don't like getting beat up. I'm like a quiet kid, so I don't not like
Getting
being
beaten up.
I
Okay.
do not like to get beat up.
Do you get beat up a lot in jiu-jitsu?
Not that much, actually.
Oh no, you're like the best kid in the class.
No,
No?
like there's a lot of kids who beat me. Like the bigger kids, probably. There's only like 1 or 2 that I
or
can
5.
beat. Only 1 or 2.
What about in wrestling?
Wrestling?
What's your favorite thing about wrestling?
My favorite thing about wrestling? Being faster than jiu-jitsu people.
Being faster than jiu-jitsu people?
Yeah, like you
Is it the cardio workout of wrestling?
No, that's probably one of the worst stuff. But I do like
That's
doing
probably-
conditioning class.
You like the conditioning class at Peekapau?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a very nice fun thing.
Yeah. With Coach Brody?
Yeah. Coach Brody's a very nice person,
Yeah, he's a good guy.
and he's funny too.
He's funny. And he puts on a good conditioning class.
Yeah,
And I mean, it's good for you to do it as long as you're paying attention to it, right?
I do.
Sometimes you get a little squirrely,
Yeah.
but what do you expect from an 8-year-old, right? So, what else you got? What else you want to talk about today?
Actually, I haven't been talking about this that much, but the tournament in Iowa.
Oh, Subspectrum.
Yeah,
That's in June.
yeah,
Are you excited about that one?
yeah. There's
Why?
Cause like it's in Iowa, and that's the college I want to go to. Iowa is the college I want to go.
You want to go to Iowa?
Yeah, cause wrestling, like they have the best wrestling people there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty close. I'm a big fan of Iowa too.
Yeah.
So that's probably why
There's-
he's a fan of Iowa.
Yeah,
So
and there's also Mikey Caliendo.
yeah, Mikey Caliendo was there.
Mikey
He's from
Caliendo's
where's he
like
from?
Batavia.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's really good. Wow, you really do pay attention to things.
yeah.
So, I'm impressed that you knew that.
But you've
What
talked
what
about it millions of times.
so Iowa subspectrum,
Yeah.
Different rule set.
Yeah.
Actually, Naga. Let's go back to Naga.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna be competing there soon. So that's a different rule set than what you're used to as well.
Like
So
it isn't close to Chewy.
Chewy
or,
was submission only, so there was
Yeah.
no points, right?
Yeah.
But like it's more like tap cancer out where you have points where it's kind of you get passing points.
IBJJF.
Yeah, IBJJF. But Naga gets a little different. Is they don't have like advantages, but like an attempt of something, like an attempt of a takedown, is 1 point, right? So if you attempt a takedown, it's 1 point. Okay, but if the other person takes you down, they get 2, right?
Yeah.
So, so it's a little different. Submission attempts is 1 point instead of advantage. So, we should probably make sure you're ready for that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then subspectrum, which is the one in Iowa that you were just talking about, that one is more like an ADCC rule set, where the first half of I keep touching this, the first half of the match is submission only, and then after halfway through, they'll call points, and that's when points come on. So if you don't get a submission within the first like minute and a half, then they start putting points on. So
you can get like attempts for stuff, and
yeah, you get like it's like IBJJF rule set. So like
you
guard
get
passing,
one
it's like
attempt.
IBJJF but not IBJJF because it's more like it's ADCC. So they want you to keep advancing. So if you're already in side control, then you don't have in point start. You don't get points until you move. So like if you go to knee on belly, that's 2 points. If you can't go to knee on belly and then back to side control, they'll give you 2 points. You can't go back and forth like that. You have to keep advancing. So you have to go knee on belly, mount. From mount, then work towards a submission or get to the back, things like that.
And one question right here. What is your favorite jiu-jitsu, I'll say?
My favorite?
Yeah. Thing about jiu-jitsu.
What's my favorite thing about jiu-jitsu?
Yeah.
At my age, it reminds me a lot of wrestling. Not so much the practices, like our Saturday competition training, it reminds me of a wrestling practice. But competing I love to compete, so I'm very competitive. But jiu-jitsu reminds me a lot of wrestling. And at my age, it's very hard to find a wrestling tournament with people my age in size.
You just stopped doing wrestling like fully.
Yeah, now I just kind of teach it
here
and there. So.
You also do adult class. If you're adult, you can actually do it. So
I do.
Like peek-a-pow.
I do an adult wrestling class to help, mostly for it's mostly wrestling for jiu-jitsu, where there's certain things that will translate over very well from wrestling to jiu-jitsu, and so there's that.
And I really like how like your wrestling classes run. Like the kids class.
On Fridays?
Yeah.
Yeah, we just started doing that.
Yeah, like not too long ago. It's older than the adult one, I think.
It's not older than the adult one. We just started doing it like at the beginning of spring.
Yeah.
Well, not the beginning. Yeah. Maybe at the beginning.
No,
maybe about a month or 2.
Like the end of winter.
Yeah, that's the beginning of spring.
No, like
I can't argue with an 8-year-old. I don't know why I'm arguing with an 8-year-old.
Like the end of wrestling season. Like wrestling season's over, you just start doing off season.
That's true. You're right. You're right. See, again, I can't argue with an 8-year-old because we did start it during the IKWF State Series, so that is true.
Yeah.
And then the IHSA State Series too, because that's true. We did start it around that time, so it was probably mid-March, which I guess is still winter.
Yeah. So, the first tournament that was did, which was a really good tournament, I think it was Beginner's Bash, I don't know.
Yeah, the first tournament that you did under a Peek-a-Pow banner, right? So we created a team
called
Peek-a-Pow Grappling, and you did the wrestling tournament, which
was
was the Beginner's Bash. Yeah.
I was the third person.
You had 3 matches?
Yeah, 3 matches.
Yeah.
It was a round
Yeah.
robin.
And we kind of talked about like your favorite things in wrestling with the takedowns and whatnot, and um, you didn't win any matches on that tournament, but you
I
did.
did
You did.
one match.
Oh yeah, you did. You won one match. That's
It
right.
was a very one. It was
That's
a
right.
very close one.
It was this. It was the second match. You almost won your first match. You were really close on. It was going back and forth, and then I think he got you in the last.
No,
15
I
seconds or
won
so.
the first match.
No,
That's all I know.
you won your second match.
No. It was the guy. He went for a pin attempt. I won. That's all I know. Yeah.
No, you went for the pin attempt.
So no, he went for the pin
You
attempt.
both did. That's why I keep telling you it was a good back and forth.
Yeah, but
We'll
at
have-
the last second, he went for a pin attempt. I had a few points in front of him.
Yeah.
And we did it for 2
Right.
seconds.
Right. You lost at the last.
Mm-mm.
You lost in the last 10 seconds. It was a good back and forth. Matter of fact, the scorekeepers didn't have the score right.
Yeah.
We had to go over with the ref and the other coach. And I was like, no, I was saying that your opponent had, I think it was 2 extra points or something like that. And it was close. I think you were lost by maybe 1 point or something. It was really close regardless. And
But
I thought you did really well.
I thought I lost my second match.
No,
to a
you won
pin.
your second match. You lost your third match. I thought you did really well. And from that tournament, going all the way back to the first tournament you did of the season. Now again, you were only training wrestling once a week, and a little bit here and there here in the basement. So, and I thought overall you did really well, considering how much training you were getting, and you never gave up. You every match, what did I say? Let's just get 1% better, right?
Yeah.
Let's work and get a takedown.
Doesn't matter about the medals.
Right.
Nothing about the medals.
That's right. It doesn't matter, right?
Yeah.
What matters is that we get a little bit better in every match. So, and the little bit better, what I mean by that is your first match the goal was get a takedown. If you get a takedown, that's a win. You got a takedown. Your first match, you didn't get a takedown.
I snapped them down.
Yes, you snapped them down. You had, and then another goal was, let's get an escape. Let's escape from bottom. Get up, escape, and then you did that, and then it was, all right, get up, escape, and do a takedown, and you got that. So every time you went out there, even if you won or lost, you were getting better each time. My favorite wrestling match review of the season was we had never shown him a cradle before. And
well, I did know it, but
you
I just
knew
never
of it,
did
but we never trained it. We never drilled it or anything.
Yeah.
And he was winning. He was getting a turn on this this kid, and then
it was like a pin attempt, I think.
Yeah, we're getting there. That's what a turn is. So he was turning a kid, and he had his arms. The kid was facing him. He had his arms like this, one over his leg and one over like he was shooting a half, and trying to roll him. And I said, Brandon, cradle, lock your hands together. And I turned to Gabe and I said, let's see if we can get him to do this on the fly. And you did it. You did it. You got an inside cradle. You turned him. The time expired on the period, but I didn't care. The fact that you were able to do it, you listened. You were very coachable. You kept looking over, hearing what we were saying. You were able to get your hands locked.
The one thing, do not look over.
Because you looked at me when I said, go ahead and lock your hands. You can lock your hands there. You questioned it. Can I lock my hands? No, yeah. And you did it. And you got him to his back, but then time went out. Yeah. So to me, that was a win. I'm not even sure if you won that match.
I did.
Did you?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
I lost my last
the fact that you're that was a changing point of how we were coaching you.
That was 3% better or 4%.
That was a big jump.
10.
Yeah, maybe. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter, right? It was just that in itself was winning. So I think that is fantastic, the way you handle yourself on the mats like that.
The last match
you did the same in jiu-jitsu too, I noticed.
Yeah, the last match that I had was not that close of a match. But it was turning the tables. I didn't even get any. Like I only got like 2 points.
Your last wrestling match?
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
very good kid.
Yeah, very good kid. Well, you went against a lot of very good kids.
Yeah,
Some of them were probably second or third year wrestlers.
or
Or even if they're second year wrestlers or first year wrestlers, you know, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
What matters is like you are getting better at it, and that there's improvements. So
Mhm.
I'm excited for your future
Yeah.
next year to see how it goes. With that being said, let's go back into jiu-jitsu and talk about because we just talked about learning cradles on the fly. There's a move that you've like kind of adapted lately, and I see you hitting it in the gym. I've seen you hit it at Chewy, and I'm not sure
oh,
if anyone's taught you that or how you learned it, but it
Oh,
seems to be your favorite. I asked you earlier, like, what's your favorite move in jiu-jitsu, and you said it was what?
a triangle armbar.
Yeah. How did you find that?
So I tried to actually triangle my opponent, but I couldn't triangle them. So I just grabbed the arm, hoping I would triangle them, and then I accidentally triangled armbar hurt.
So
I
you
was like,
accidentally
that's
armbarred him.
Yeah, I was
And-
like, that was a pretty good move. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it was a pretty good move.
Yeah.
And now you're like, well, I'm gonna see. You kind of owned it in a way.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't say owned it, but like you start hitting it, and now you're kind of refining it. So
Yeah.
what's the
There's-
key to that move?
The key to that move is turning the wrist.
Turn-
If you don't turn the wrist, you're not going to do
Which
it.
way do you turn the wrist?
You turn your wrist the
So
op-
if it's my arm, what do you do with it? You turn it outward, and then
Yeah.
what do you do?
and then you pull it down.
And what else? Is there anything else?
Well,
Do you have to hip up into them?
oh yeah, you do. But if they like start grabbing the leg, you need to turn over. Like, let's say
How-
my hands are the people
So
right there.
with your triangle though, like your legs, you just have your feet crossed, or do you actually get a triangle in?
I actually get a triangle in because
And
I like.
What happens if you don't?
If I don't, I'd go for the Kimura. I'm like, whatever you.
No, what happens if you can't triangle your legs?
Well, if I can't.
Can
Go
they
for
get
the
out of
arm,
that? I feel like they can get out of that.
Yeah.
I feel like they could just take your leg and throw it over your head and pass your guard.
No, they can't really.
Why?
Just roll them over. Like, you know how there's belly armbar?
Oh, belly down arm belly?
Yeah.
So you just transition it when they
Yeah.
try to rip their leg over their head.
Belly arm
you roll with
triangles.
them, belly down.
Belly down triangles.
Okay. So that's what you tried to do.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So you transition from you go for a triangle. It's not there, you go for the armbar. If they try to get out of the triangle, you switch to a belly down armbar.
Yeah.
That's pretty mean, Brandon. That's pretty mean.
If you get in a triangle, you're basically you lost.
You lost.
Dude, there's like this one kid who's like very new and very talented for like his like second class.
In our at
Yeah,
pickleball?
yeah, and I hit it to him before, and he was like, "I'm just gonna tap. I know it's gonna happen. I lost. Done." Like if I got a triangle on him, he was like, "Okay, I lost. Done."
I think that's kind of smart, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's okay, especially in a gym setting. I mean, it's not a competition.
Yeah.
Right? So you're there to practice the moves. You're not there
It's
to
like, okay, it doesn't mean I'm the worst person on earth. I can still get better. I can beat him one day. Maybe I won't beat him. Maybe I will.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
Cool.
time.
So how do you feel about Naga? Are you nervous?
I feel pretty excited.
Pretty excited.
Yeah.
It's 1 week. It's 1 week out. So what are you excited about?
Me coming.
Yeah, going out there.
Yeah.
Just-
Going out there, going on mats. I've only gone to Naga like one time. I didn't do it.
You watched it, right?
Yeah.
You watched Gabe do it.
Yeah, and I watched some other people who I really like.
Yeah.
Like some really nice people.
Like who?
Do you want me to say the names? Cause like
You could say their names.
Kai and Rock.
Kai and Rock.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know if he knew Coco at that time, but if she did, she would spank butt.
Yeah, she's really good.
Yeah. I went against her in Chewy, that was the first match. Like we just talked
Yeah.
about it. So
Yeah. So, but you're excited to go to
Yeah.
and do it yourself, right?
I don't know if there's gonna be like anybody.
There's a
in that
lot in your
bracket.
bracket already.
Wait, like, oh,
I already know.
how much people?
Oh, I'm not going to tell you. So, but are you nervous?
No,
No. You're pretty chilled about it?
we're
What
taking.
What are you
oh,
excited most about for Naga?
Excited most.
Are you
about-
mostly excited for like the build up, the training to get there, or are you excited like
About being
What
there,
do you
yeah.
like most about competing?
being there, going on mats, and having the best experience of my life?
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's a lot for an 8-year-old. So that's pretty cool.
Mhm.
I enjoy it too. I enjoy watching you and Gabe. Now that you're doing it, I really.
You really want to do it. But
Yeah,
there's
well, I do want to
nothing
do
like-
it.
Yeah.
There's no doubt there, but
There's
I'm starting to really enjoy
watching,
watching and coaching you guys. And I not that I didn't before. Like I always liked watching Gabe. I still like watching Gabe compete. But I'm more excited now because both of you guys are doing it. So it just it kind of re-energizes me a little bit. So
Yeah.
I enjoy it quite a bit.
Don't cry.
I'm not gonna cry. Gosh. So are you gonna cry?
No.
No. Okay. Anything else you want to talk about?
I just want to say one thing.
Go ahead.
The Undertaker's coming to Naga today. In 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
You're a dork. Big dork. Big dork.
Big dork.
Yeah. All right. So with that being said, we got to figure out how to wrap this up.
I know
How do we put a bow? So Gabe and I have recorded a couple of these, and
Yeah.
I don't know the best way to close these out
I think I have one for like when I'm here.
when you're here. You know what I was thinking? You know what I was thinking about for the for this YouTube channel that we're doing here with the Grappling Legacy Lounge is maybe do a playlist. Like if anyone listening or watching knows, Gabe had his own jiu-jitsu channel, kinda. It was his own YouTube channel called Gabriel's Jiu-Jitsu World or something.
No, I
like that,
think
or
it was like
Gabriel's
Gabriel's Grappling World.
No, it was Gabriel's Jiu-Jitsu World.
Oh, it was
So-
either grappling or jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, something like that. But on there was some videos that Gabe did
Basics.
he did some instructionals, and then there were some things he did where it had you in there.
Yeah, it was
and you
called
were
Basics
like
with
you were
Brandon.
like maybe 5.
Yeah, I was like either
And-
4 or 5.
And you called it
Basics with Brandon.
Yeah, Basics with Brandon. So maybe we can bring that over here and have you record a couple shorts and doing like just like some basics with Brandon, like teaching how to shrimp, teaching how to do a forward roll, backwards roll, maybe a cartwheel,
Yeah.
maybe how to pass a guard.
No
Yeah.
handstand walks.
No handstand walks.
Triangles, maybe.
Oh, there you go. Maybe you could maybe you could do a demonstration of how to do a triangle armbar.
Oh, this one's gonna be good. Kimura's.
Oh, Kimuras. Yeah,
You can't
My-
forget about them.
can't forget about them.
I hit one and tap cancer out.
You did. That's true.
Yeah.
That was good.
Beat the kid in like 3 minutes or 3 seconds.
I think your definitely
seconds.
wasn't 3 seconds.
5.
No, it wasn't. No,
30
you have no idea.
I have
No idea.
No idea.
Zip. All right, you want to wrap this up? How would you? Since this is your episode, why don't you do the send off? Tell me how you would do it.
I would do Toodles right now, but I am.
Where did we get Toodles from?
I have no idea.
Because you guys did do that. And again, going back to Gabe's channel, that's how we closed things out. So go ahead and close us out.
Peace out, people.
Peace out, people. Until next time.
My